So the Unrivaled 3-on-3 competition, or say not 3-on-3, 3-on-3 league, it's now a 1-on-1 competition. The 1-on-1 competition is leading to madness, mad stuff. Like, we've got how many people believing this league is rigged, which is not a good sign. It is not a good sign not only that people believe the league is rigged, the players are retweeting that the league is rigged. Players are literally retweeting that the league is rigged. Players are retweeting it. Players are actually out here retweeting the league is freaking rigged. Obviously, that was a hack right there. I don't know what the refs are doing, but like, these refs are wrong. It doesn't seem a bit rigged. Court foul like the bad boy Pistons. Y'all mad at Ryan like she give AF. You know who gives AF? The investors in Unrivaled and the people that run Unrivaled. You can't have players calling the league rigged. I'm sorry. Like, what world do we live in? What world do we live in right now that that players can call the league rigged and fans will say, oh yeah, the league shouldn't be doing anything about this? No. Like, if you call the league, if you call the NBA rigged, if you use those words, if you use the word rigged in the NBA, you're probably getting a 10-game suspension. This will be brushed over. It is, like, this for me is so far across a line, like so far past the line that I'm like, they actually, I don't understand how Unrivaled can come back from this. I actually don't. Like, I really want Unrivaled to succeed. I really want there to be a league in America. But like, I really wanted to be another league without them in America. But still, it's so hard for the players. You've got the Satu versus Dijonais games I'll talk about later. That was a brawl. Satu loses to Enrique and just walks off the court like nothing happened. And like, I get it. She does the freaking Isaiah Thomas on the Bulls. You've got Stewie getting cooked. Like, it is what it is there. But then you've got Napheesa Collier dominating. She's dominating. And apparently the whole thing is now rigged for Fee to win. Even though Napheesa Collier has not played. So it's all rigged, by the way, for bigs to beat guards. And Napheesa Collier has not played anyone other than Courtney Williams. 2 of the 3 people that Napheesa Collier's played against, she was taller than. Or were taller than her. She's had the height advantage once. Once. But that's the thing where it's like, you're looking at this 1v1 competition. You're like, I think it's been okay. Like the semi-finalist, Fee versus Azare, Enrique versus Aaliyah Edwards. Like, obviously, Jewel Lloyd losing in the first round, Stewie losing the first round wasn't ideal. But then people are like, oh, size everything, man. Enrique's there. Enrique's got there. Azare has ironically just been one of the bright spots of Unrivaled. Like, she's been super. She's been absolutely super. And I stand by this. I think Angel Reese would have done really well in this competition if she'd entered. I think genuinely she would have done really well. But, like, the competition is what it is. But you've now got Ryan Howard, who, in my opinion, was good, really good to start Unrivaled, has been struggling recently. Calling the league rigged, it's a disaster. It's a disaster. Like, look at Reddit, her response to all the haters. Y'all mad like Ryan like she gives AF. Like, I'm sorry. Like, this is something that should get you kicked out of the league. It should. And I'm not joking. Like, and this is not a personal thing on Ryan Howard. And anyone could say this. Sabrina could say this. Like, I was annoyed at the Sabrina thing. Like, at the league for letting Sabrina do what she did. Calling a league rigged should get you kicked out of it. Simple as that. Calling a league rigged publicly should get you kicked out of it, or at least suspended. But you can't suspend anyone because there's an injury crisis. But, like, this is why I love her. She doesn't care who likes it. You want to know what's going to happen? She's not going to be in the league next year. And I mean this. Like, Ryan Howard should not be in the league next year. And anyone else, if they retweet something like this, should not be in the league next year. If like, whether it's freaking Sabrina, whether it's Lexi Hull, whether it's Aaliyah Boston, whether it's Dijonais, whether it's Satu, whether it's Mabry who's out injured, doesn't matter. Anyone retweeting the league is rigged should be kicked out. If they, like, and by the way, that is my YouTube studio. This is coming from the position of somebody that wants Unrivaled to succeed. And if you think that this is okay, you don't want Unrivaled to succeed. Because allowing players to call the league rigged means that it's guaranteed this league is going to die in 2 years. And I mean that. Like, you've seen it with the NBA, like, the amount of people that don't want to watch because, they claim the league is rigged. If the players are allowed to call it rigged with no repercussions, nobody is going to be coming back watching this soon. This league has got 3 years. At the rate it's going, I actually could see them taking some money. Like, I could see TNT cutting their losses and saying, we'll give you X amount of money, and after 2 years, we'll buy out the contracts. I can see TNT trying to buy out that TV deal. I can see those investors just accepting they've lost their money. Because this is embarrassing. He's like, this is why I love her. It's like, thought she was connected to the league. This comment makes you realize she's not. Or, Jesus, I don't know where that came from. That's why it's okay to care if it was 200k. There's no reason the discourse should have lasted all night. Ryan got sore loser. Tinkbeast Twitter writing op-eds about how, dear Lord. Is she reading people? Why does it matter if she pressed it herself? Like, I'm sorry, you should not be like, if you are calling this league rigged, and I genuinely think any player that is committing actions that bring the league into disrepute should have a suspension, but they can't suspend anyone because there's not enough players. Like, I'm sorry. If Ryan Howard said the WNBA was rigged, 10-game suspension. Like, let's just say hypothetically, I don't know, a bad call went against her in a Dream Fever game next year, and she came out and said the WNBA is rigged for the Fever. She's probably done for a quarter of the season. If those are the words used, if saying like, some people get a special whistle, something like that, okay, whatever. Maybe it'll be a fine, maybe it'll be ignored. But like, using the word rigged is at least 5-game suspension. Realistically, 10-game suspension. And it's the quickest way to be out of the league, is accusing it of being rigged. Because even if the league is not rigged, if people believe the league is rigged and you've got players amplifying that belief, it's going to destroy the damn league. And for me anyway, this is just like the people that were, let's be real, players were trying to rough up Caitlin Clark at the start of the year. And I'm not saying they were trying to hurt her or they were trying to injure her, but they were trying to let it be known. And they did the same with Angel Reese. She got freaking chokeslammed by Alyssa Thomas. These vets were trying to make it known that nothing's easy to rookies. And they were not going out to injure, going out to shake them up. And I'm like, why are you trying to shake up the best thing? Why are you trying to do something that could potentially injure? Not trying to injure, but trying to do something to put the reason you are flying charter at risk. And you're seeing this now in Unrivaled. The reason you are not playing in Europe, the reason you're not having to go to China, the reason you're not having to go to countries maybe you don't want to is because of Unrivaled. And you're putting the league at risk. Because I'm sorry, if this is the talk for the rest of Unrivaled about how the league is rigged, there's not going to be an Unrivaled Season 2. TNT are going to buy them out of the contract and the investors are going to pull as much money out of this league as possible. Because this league needs more and more money to expand. And with the way that this is now the talk of it, that it's rigged, it's not even going to last next year. Because in its current format, it can't last. The only way this league can last is in a 4-on-4 or probably 5-on-5 concept. The 3-on-3 full court is just not working. 3-on-3 half court is not going to get any viewers. So realistically, it's going to need to eventually go to full court. It's going to eventually, 4-on-4 or 5-on-5. And for that, they're going to need more funding. They're going to need more players. And if the prevailing sentiment is that the players believe this league is rigged, no one's going to put in any money. An incredibly short-sighted response by Ryan Howard. And this is obviously Ryan Howard done it. If any other player used the word rigged, it doesn't matter who it is. It really doesn't matter who it is. Claiming a league that you play in and you have equity in is rigged, and a league that realistically has to get going within the next 3 years, otherwise it's not going to exist and you're going to be back in Europe, especially for a 24-year-old who's going to be playing long after this league is... I'm going to make the prediction, this league does not last more than 3 years, so you're playing long after this league is done. You've now got to go to Europe. You're now not going to get the opportunity. And is Ryan Hart saying the league rigged the sole reason the league's not going to succeed? No, but it doesn't help.